Hello my friend and welcome back to another replay cast. Today is a very special day because I am here in Thailand for the BSL, which is going to be coming very soon. In fact, on December 9th. So whenever you're getting to this and whenever you see this on December 9th, the BSL will begin here in Phuket, Thailand. And I have decided to join in. I was contacted by Zero. We went back and forth. And I decided to come out here and possibly do a bit of casting. We'll see. No promises. Might be doing some streaming as well. But having a blast here so far on the island. Came a bit early with my wife and we're spending some time at the beach hanging out and just having a good time doing some tours and that kind of thing before the actual event starts, and of course casting some games as well. And I want to build some hype for this BSL. If you've never heard of BSL before, if this is completely new to you, then I just want to explain that this is the biggest tournament outside of Korea for Starcraft 1. It's where all of the international players show off their skills. Some of the big names that are going to be there. Artosis, if you've ever heard of him, he's going to be playing this season at BSL in Thailand. And this man right here, Dewalt, who should be the favorite to win this season, is going to be there as well. He is a Russian player who's studied and practiced in South Korea. He is well respected in the Broodwar community and has won many BSL titles. So having him in Thailand, it wouldn't really be a BSL without Dewalt because he's just so powerful. He is just such a pillar of the BSL community, so it's really nice to have him there. It's going to be awesome to see Artosis as well. This is the very first tournament I've ever been to in person, so it's kind of a dream come true for me. Of course, I do want to eventually get out to ASL in Korea as well. I want to go see some of those Korean tournaments, especially ASL. Maybe I'll get over there for finals at some point, but getting the opportunity to come and see BSL is pretty big for me. It makes me feel like I'm really part of this community, and the fact that I might be able to cast is going to be it's going to be amazing. So guys, stay tuned for more news about that. We're going to be casting all this week leading up to BSL. BSL players for the most part. So I'm going to start off with Dewalt here. We've got a game with Dewalt versus Queen, and I've been kind of ignoring the match because I was just talking about the event coming up, but Dewalt went super greedy here. He got the cannon as late as is actually possible. He got it after the gateway here. So being very greedy with his cannon timing, but he's completely gotten away with it. And he's going to be starting to put on this pressure here with Zealots now. And Queen, he's got his third base out here in the front, which to me telegraphs a more aggressive play. Here on Tempest, if you take a base like this one right here, or this right here is your third base, I feel like that gives you a much better foothold. And wow, a kill here. I did not expect that. All right, we've got one kill on a drone for this versus Zealot, and that bodes very well for Dewalt in this game. He's got two Zealots out here at the front. He managed to kill a drone. A third Zealot is coming up as well. He checks for the potential third base there at the 12. Gets a couple of hits on that drone, and another Zealot's going to come in from this angle. Can he finish that one off? No, looks like Queen going to be on top of that for now. Dewalt could pick this off, though, if it's sent in this direction, and he's definitely causing some loss of mining time here. Another Zealot going to run into the main. Zealot over here at the third. not going to be blocked from getting into the main here. This Zealot gonna make it in there. The Zealot at the third is just blocking this mining right now for a very long time. Looks like that's been picked off. With the Ling's speed, becomes much easier to track down, hunt down, and finish off these Zealots. But already damage has been done, right? Queen, he's got his Spire on the way. Looks like it's in pretty good time here. We're gonna have that second gateway actually in the main, and the Corsair is about to come out. We may be able to get an Overlord here. He's already scouted everything, so he doesn't need to actually scout with this Corsair. He doesn't need to come over here and see if there's, you know, Hydras popping out or anything. Oh, run by into the front. This is actually not a full-on wall here, so Dewalt making a bit of a mistake. That's really unfortunate. I guess he thought that that was a wall. I probably would have assumed that 2 Zealots could block that as well, but managing to run by here, gets the cannon and a probe as well. 1 kill on a probe, but I don't think that's going to be enough to bring Queen back into this game. 1 more probe kill does go down, but both of those Lings explode, and now Dewalt is unleashed on the map once again. He's going to be killing off some Overlords. Do you have a kill on this Corsair? No, he does not. So he didn't get an Overlord here. This Overlord heading up north. Going to be hiding out. A lot of times you'll see the Zerg player hide their Overlord down here. So Dewalt checking that area, but not finding anything. And Queen not going to lose any Overlords here. He got a couple of probes. He got the cannon. That does make up for a bit of this deficit, but he's still got some ways to go. This game here was played about a month ago. End of October, like October 29th, something like that, I believe. So very, very recent here game between Queen and Dewalt. But Dewalt, he's got a really good fighting chance here. I mean, if I had to say who was the better player, I would definitely put Queen ahead of Dewalt 100%. He is so strong. He's 2-time ASL champion. He should be able to take down Dewalt, but with a few good moves, if Dewalt manages to get an early game lead, all bets are off, man. Now coming in with the 5 Mutalisk play, gonna kill some of these probes. This is great harassment from Queen, who's been just droning up like crazy, and these DTs did nothing here to slow Queen down. Coming back in once again, more kills on probes, dropping him to 39 probes overall. And now the lead going to Queen. Sorry guys, I'm a bit sore throat here still. Not sure what's going on. Maybe I need to drink more water. It's very hot here in Thailand right now, and my lily white skin is not doing me any favors right now. My gamer skin is is not built for this kind of climate, but I love it. I love to be in the hot weather, the beautiful sandy beaches. And look at this, getting in here, getting a couple of hits on these mutas. They're just gonna retreat down to the bottom left-hand corner of the main base. They could come in for some more damage, but 2 cannons already here. No more Corsairs being built, so with this Dark Templar being morphed here at the front, he's gonna wait for his Maelstrom. And actually, he might have it already. I didn't see if that was upgrading. You probably want to get Storm first before Maelstrom, I imagine. So maybe he doesn't have Maelstrom yet. Just gonna build that energy and make it so that it's not gonna be worthwhile for these Mutalisks to continue to dive in any further. Dewalt actually behind in workers right now. Queen, he is just so good at this type of style, man. Once he really gets into his macro, Queen aka Zero is just about unbeatable. He does this better than anybody else, really. Maybe someone like a hero might be able to contend with him. Oh, great pick-off here, denying that +1. That's brutal, actually. Killing that +1 upgrade, while also, I think, getting +2 armor. So +2 armor is going to finish before +1 attack is done for these Hydras. That is really, really rough on the Zerg player. Gonna run forward here. Try to pick off the Archon. That's definitely the target you want to go for. Archon adds on a lot of extra damage and splash damage to boot, so picking that off would be beneficial, but does manage to escape all the way to the back here. Robo is finishing up now. Gonna kill his own cannon here to make it a little easier to get out of the base. Dragoons are being added on en masse. Maelstrom is being upgraded right now, and it's become more of a staple in the Protoss army as of late. Having that Maelstrom not only works against big groups of mutas, like that's what it does best, but you can grab things like Hydras, you can grab things like Lurkers. Like if you've got a bunch of Lurkers and they're all running forward, 4 or 5 Lurkers, and you hit that with a Maelstrom and hit it with the Storm, you can kill all of that. And it's really great value. And then also the Zerg player has to wait for the Maelstrom to finish and then try to burrow afterwards, because the burrow command will be canceled. They'll just be standing there. So it works very, very well against Lurkers that are running forward. It's of course good against Hydras as well. Those Storms will generally suffice. It just stops the Zerg player from dodging, basically. But now we've got Adrenal Glands on the way here. Big round of Lurkers coming up as well. 4th base completely saturated here for Queen. He's going to add on a bunch of Sunken Colonies. I do like this style of play. Just getting really defensive at these outlying bases. It makes it impossible, for example, Dewalt to just break off like 4 or 5 Zealots and try to attack this base. That just doesn't work anymore. Especially, and this doesn't take any supply, right? These Sunken Colonies, they take no supply. You don't have to leave a bunch of Lurkers here or anything. You just have these Sunken Colonies here, and if any Zealot counterattacks come, they're going to be dealt with. Now, 3rd base is going to be coming up here for Dewalt, but we're a little bit late on that. The macro's not going to kick in for quite some time, and we're going to have to see Dewalt take this fight and not lose too much here, because if he loses this entire... Oh my god, he's just going to run right up on top of these Lurkers. I don't know about this. Zealots are going to take so much damage here. These Zealots being absolutely ravaged, and it looks like an Observer died, so the second Observer does make its way to the front here. The Dragoons are pushing forward, and this is exactly what I was talking about. You don't want to lose too much right now, and you can just see the armies moving around the sides right now for Queen. He's closing in from every angle. All of the Zealots have been removed here from this army, and just pure Dragoon now going to be surrounded. All the Cracklings getting on top of this. The Dragoons are going to go down in rapid succession, trying to maneuver out of this vice grip here, this noose that he's found his head slipped inside, but all the Dragoons go down. The entire army is lost, and there's no way to rebuild the army while kind of building into this base here. It's just not going to happen. So Queen executing the army of Dewalt. Absolutely flawless there. Absolutely flawless with that late game control. Having all the Lurkers set up. Dewalt thought that he could break it. He went a little bit too quickly. A lot of Protoss players at the highest level, you'll see them now, what they like to do is just skirmish as much as possible with the Zerg army. Force them to send in all their army, big groups of Lings and Hydras, and you can storm that down. But running on top of this with the Zealots was the wrong choice. Queen brought the units from all sides, completely surrounded, and just crushed that army. Okay, for our next game, we've got Dewalt down here in the bottom left. Another game from him, but he's going to be facing off versus JYJ. So another ASL champion to meet here on the ladder. It's just another day for Dewalt here playing in Korea. I'm sure that he's got great ping. If he's in Korea right now, I'm actually not sure if he's in Korea now or if he's back in Russia. I know that he did practice in Korea for quite some time, but he may be back in Russia now. I wonder what the ping is like between Korea and Russia. I'm sure it's not the best like anywhere else in Europe. Over to South Korea, it's not great. I mean, I play from Japan, and the latency is not good enough for the Korean players, so I can't even imagine Russia. Well, I guess it's probably more similar to North America to Korea, which is horrible. It is horrible, and just endless complaints about that from all the Korean players, unfortunately. In this game, though, no conversation between the two players. I think they're unaware of who each other are. JYJ is playing on one of his many barcode accounts, and Dewalt's playing on whatever the hell this is. I'm not really sure. We'll see how he does here. He got a little bit stomped by Queen, but I gotta say, he played very, very well in the early game. He was really doing a great job. Looks like he's gonna take Nexus first here, and he was just handling everything nicely. He got that early drone kill. There was some annoying things that happened with the Ling run by. It wasn't that bad though. You know, 0 Lings, if you have them in your base, should result in quite a bit of damage, but he only lost, I think, 2 probes from that harassment. So he played out the early game very, very nicely. It was just the overcommitment with that first attack. Maybe he felt like he needed to do something. He needed to get a big win there, and ends up throwing everything away. So hopefully we're not going to see the same sort of play here, that Dewalt can take this into a later game and stand toe-to-toe against the ASL champion. That's what I want to see, because I think that's what builds the most hype for BSL, guys. And I am hype, and I want you guys to be too. These players are freakishly good. At the highest level, nearly as good, not quite as good as these ASL champions, but they have the ability to take games here and there for sure. It's just of course all about consistency, but I think there are things to be learned here, and there's great games to be enjoyed as well. Not just at the very highest level of Korean play. Now we've got some Marines moving out on the map here. This is not expected. Marines and a full train of SCVs coming across as he starts the command center. So not minding any gas here. He started the gas geyser, but he didn't mind any gas. He just went straight for these for this attack here, and we'll have to see how much damage he can get done. First hit there from the Zealot, actually hitting that Marine, and we've got a cannon on the way here. Ooh, great block, but Marine actually goes down. The probes are starting to fall as well. The Zealot is gone, so trying to deal damage with the probes here is going to be rough. He's pulling even more probes. This is one way that you can deal with an attack like this, is you just pull the probes, build the cannon, and hope for the best. If you lose too many probes, though, you can end up in a very, very bad position. Nice targeting here with the probes. 2 probes and 1 Zealot. But again, the cannon gets canceled. Forced to cancel twice now by just these SCVs here surrounding and killing off those cannons. Now Zealot here going to have to run away for now. And the probe looks like it's going to be gunned down once again. Oh, so close. Almost gets picked off there. Great surround here by Dewalt. Going to get that last probe, but last Marine, but 1 more probe does go down. Marine looks like it's gonna go ahead and run by here, but what does JYJ have back at home? What is he gonna use for the defense? I don't see a bunker right now. Oh, 1 more probe. That's frustrating for Dewalt. He needs to send these Zealots across the map, start to do some counter damage here, because he's lost so many probes. The heck? 1 Marine walks by here into the main base. That's a little bit funny. Probe over here in the main of JYJ. JYJ with that last Marine. He's doing his absolute best to control here, to do 1 more kill. Can he get it? Oh, he's gonna get it. Not quite. Just not quite getting that there. And a Zealot runs by into the main. No kills on that, so it hasn't really done much here just yet. Have we got 1 Marine in the bunker? Yes, we do. 1 Marine, and there are 3 Zealots here now, so this is going to be a little bit of a tough hold. Getting on top of this, should be able to get that first Marine, pushing everything away. The the factories on the way. It's going to need perfect blocking here to stop the Zealots of Dewalt from getting on top of this. He does get on top of that. Another Marine goes down. One Marine does fall. He needs to start targeting some of these SCVs here. The probe goes down, and the last Zealot will fall as well. So a bit of counter damage here, but I don't think it's quite what Dewalt needed to come back in this game. Bit of a rough opener here for Dewalt. He had that earlier Nexus. He had that Nexus first. But losing that number of probes, I'm not sure how many it was, but I think it was a lot. A lot of probes went down there. And Dewalt's just going to have to find ways to recover. And what is his solution here? It appears to be maybe a Templar DT drop. Going to be the follow-up. We've got the starport on the way right now. We should have mines coming as well. No, it's going to be... Instead of mines here, we're going to have, interestingly, a siege mode coming up right now. I think that was the first vulture maybe got picked off there. Possibly. Something got picked off here by the Dragoon. I might picture that if it was something important. If not, I won't. Got one tank coming up to the front, so he does have some defense. There's not going to be any damage from these Dragoons, but he's not even getting range. He's not even getting range right now. Dewalt is just going for 2 DTs and a dropship, and he's going to try to bring himself back in this game. A Hail Mary play from our Russian Protoss player. Can he get in here and deal that damage, or will there be a Wraith in time? Oh, it's a dropship. Dropship on the way right now. With vultures coming up, this is not what you need here to deal with a Templar drop. He's gonna have... Oh my god, he picks up the tank as well. He has the turret, but he's just got his tank and vultures here in there. Okay, turret here as well. Gonna drop out 2 DTs into the natural here, and here comes the dropship, gonna come right on back. So running back with that drop, but there's not enough vision here, and the tank is getting pushed around. Oh my god, he kills the tank. That's a huge kill right now. Gonna force this DT back. Where's the other DT right now? Okay, I don't see it actually. Where did that DT go? Did it get picked off? It must have gotten picked off here. Yeah, it looks like that managed to pick it off. This vulture managed to pick it off, but you know what? This is still pretty good for Dewalt. He got a tank. He got a couple SCVs. He critically spotted this dropship as well. Forced the drop to come back. That means he's not going to take damage from this drop. He should have units in every location ready for that drop to come in. And now JYJ, I mean, he can't really use this anymore. Maybe he'll go around the map, maybe put mines over down here at the bottom right, maybe drop a tank on high ground there. That's a potential, that's a possibility, but he's just not going to be able to fly in and drop vultures here and hope to get damage. That's just not going to happen. We've got cannon now in both mineral lines, so Dewalt completely prepared for that. He's going to take his 3rd base now, which is a little bit delayed, but we're going to be fine. We've got a bunch of tech here. We've really sacrificed our economy to get storm tech out very, very quickly. So Dewalt giving himself a lot of opportunities right now to find ways back into this game. And it looks like, yeah, dropping out around the map. JYJ gonna drop, was there a tank in here? No, just vultures. So he's gonna look for any probes around this part and maybe come into this, to the natural here to try and get some damage. I don't think that's gonna work out for him, but might as well give it a shot. You built that dropship already, so no sense not using it. Storms are out now. And this dropship's gonna head across the map. Oh, this could do a lot of damage. Right as the storm upgrade finishes, getting in there and dropping some... Oh my god. 4 Templar in this drop. Is he actually gonna go for a storm drop in the base, or is he just gonna use this as like a defensive tool here to fight the army? A little bit unclear right now. Here comes that dropship now, going to hit the natural. No, it looks like it's just gonna stop here. JYJ wise enough not to send that directly and realizing that there should be enough to defend here from Dewalt. Just gonna park that for now. Could come in a little bit later, maybe try to deny here. Observer spotting things out. No damage just yet. Where's that shuttle? Did I miss the shuttle? Oh my god, did I actually miss the shuttle? Okay, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay. A little bit panicked there for a second. I thought I might have missed something really important, but it seems like the shuttle is just now being sent out on the map. I'll double check that a little bit later and picture anything I missed. Now, dropship gonna come back here towards this natural. It looks like it's been completely trapped. Dewalt's just about ready to take a 4th base, whereas JYJ is just slowly spreading himself out. Oh, here comes this Templar drop here. Big first storm. Oh my goodness. What a first storm there. Second storm could be huge as well. Oh my god. What a storm, my guys. What a storm there. Absolutely insane. What was that? 4 tanks just got destroyed there. That was insane value for these first few storms. Catching the army unsieged here and just dealing a huge blow to JYJ's overall unit count. His tank count here has been ravaged, and now he's going to run in. Zealots are still slow right now, but maybe he can get in here with one more storm. No more storms here to use. And oh, a great mine connection there on that Templar, picking that off and getting a few Dragoons as well. Now coming in from multiple angles, trying to get on this last tank. He might be able to get over here and slow down the command center building here. Yeah, it's looking like he might be able to do that. A drop coming in. He's going to try and drop, but I don't think this is going to deal any damage. Oh, maybe it can actually. There's too much going on the map right now for Dewalt. He's going to get quite a few probes. 5 probes, 6 probes. Oh my goodness. Okay, but he loses the 3rd base. That's a little bit bigger than just 6 probes going down. Yeah, in the end, he loses that vulture. 6 probes is a big deal, but losing that command center is massive. And Dewalt finds himself in a great position now. I'm really liking this. He's behind on the SCVs, but 60 SCVs on 2 base. You don't really need 60 SCVs for 2 bases. This is going to mine out crazy fast. And that means that it's in no time at all. JYJ is going to take this base. He's going to be on 1 base very soon here. Running by with vultures, trying to get some damage here into the natural base once again. Cannon here going to help out immensely to get rid of these vultures, but 5 kills already on that vulture. It's done its job 100%. Getting that value there. Dropping down to 55 probes. Definitely needs to add on a few more and will do so. 4th base is now fully operational with cannons, mind you. And oh boy, I think we just missed a storm drop here. I'll have to picture that for sure. But quite a few probes went down. We were over 60 probes. Oh my goodness. We were at more than 60, like maybe 63 probes, something like that. Dropping down to like 45. That is a crazy amount of probe damage. And coming forward here, Dewalt's going to push up and clear the mines leading into this 3rd base. And if JYJ loses 3rd base again, he is going to be dead. Absolutely dead. He has to hold this. So setting up some turrets here, really getting the mines going. He has a decent army supply at 122 to 155. Here comes a big drop full of zealots. Are both of these shuttles dropping on top of the tanks. Dropping on top of the tanks on high ground, as well as the Dragoons push forward. More zealots going to be rallied up here as well. Going to start to drag these mines in and amongst the Goliaths here. Not able to get that mine to connect, unfortunately, and will be pushed away. So Dewalt unable to push any further. Another base being set down here at the bottom right. This is a little bit of a dangerous base, though, because you can set tanks up here. You can even sit vultures right there and hit these probes on the low ground. So, bit of a risk. for Dewalt, but there's mines over in this area that are preventing him from taking further bases. So he's in a bit of a pickle right now. Coming in with another drop. Can he actually get some more SCV damage here? Big storm could go down, but he whiffs. Great pull away there by JYJ, and some good mine connections there as well to just mop that up as quickly as possible. Don't allow any more storms to come down, ravage this economy once again. Dewalt here spreading out, getting rid of some of these vultures, but JYJ just relentless at putting on this pressure with the vulture control, making sure that Dewalt can't quickly get this base. And oh my god, tanks on the high ground, gonna siege up. This is gonna be huge. Big hits there from these two tanks. 5 and 1, 6 and 1 now on these kills. Gonna get another kill there. 7 kills on that tank. Huge damage on this probe line, evening out the worker count here completely between these two players. Very nicely done by JYJ, making sure that he can get that damage but does not get his tanks out of there. So losing 2 tanks for that, I think it's worth. Definitely it's worth. 8 kills on probes, plus you did some damage to these dragoons and zealots heading up the ramp. I think he picked off a few zealots, maybe even a few dragoons as well. So pretty reasonable attack there. Reasonable drop from JYJ, but he's lost the dropship now. He doesn't have any way to get back down here once again to prevent this, so we will eventually have that. Ooh, losing a dropship there. Not able to get anything out of that, so Dewalt maybe losing a few Templar in a drop, I imagine. That's gotta hurt. That's pretty painful, losing that drop there. But he is starting to get close to max out. We've got plenty of gateways now in double robotics facility. Also, the mines have been mostly cleared off the map, and he will take this bottom right base. He needs to set up another rally point from which to macro his gateway army out of here pretty soon, because slowly but surely JYJ is climbing down the map here, kind of crawling along this left hand side. He will eventually get up here, and then all he needs to do is push down to this area and get on top of this rally point, and then things will get very hard with Dewalt. I know it's easier said than done, but JYJ, that's the overarching plan here. Build into this 4th base and eventually get down towards this rally point. So Dewalt has to be ready for that. He's got to get this base up here, or down here in the bottom right, operational as soon as possible, and make sure that he's not cut off and his rallies are not just stifled here in the natural. They can come from another location. So more and more shuttles being built here. He's got 4 shuttles full of Templar and Zealots. He's looking to break this area, and he's maxed out right now. Meanwhile, JYJ trying to get down here into the bottom right, and here we go. Big attack coming through from Dewalt. He's gonna hit this with the quickness here. Couple of storms gonna be blanketed down on these tanks, dealing so much damage to them. Looks like most of the shuttles will go down, but he is gonna break this for sure. So many zealots getting on top of these tanks. The supplies are really evening out. Actually, Dewalt dropping below supply of JYJ right now, but he's gonna lose this base. I feel this base almost certainly going to go down if he targets it with his dragoons here. That likely will fall. 1 more, 2 more hits on that tank does pick it off. Command center here is going to be targeted as well. Not the quickest liftoff here for JYJ, and he's gonna pay the iron price right now. Loses that science vessel as well. So good targeting here by Dewalt, just playing a very nice late game and pushing JYJ to his limits. He's gonna try and trade out these dragoons and zealots as best that he can. He gets maybe 1 more tank there, not much more than that, and he's dropped a hell of a lot in supply. It's almost actually time. Maybe JYJ just do an all-out attack right now with even supply. You might be able to make it work. But for now, he's just going to sit back. Still ahead in supplies is JYJ, but that will change very soon. Setting up this rally point down here is of utmost importance to our Protoss player. Big round of probes heading down towards this bottom right-hand corner. Vultures moving to intercept. This could be massive damage. Looks like you will end up catching a lot of these probes. A tank is down here as well. So all the probes get erased. And this tank is going to work on the cannons here. It only needs a few more seconds to kill all of these cannons, and then the vultures can go to work on the mineral line. Will he be able to get here in time? Looks like he's gonna have to pull the trigger now because the dragoons are coming up, focusing down all of the probes. Very nicely done, picking all of them off, dealing a huge amount of damage here, but he just doesn't have much left. And Reavers are gonna come through as well. Whoa, Reavers in the shuttle. It's rare that you ever see Protoss build Reavers at this point in the game, but he's gone ahead and done it. Gonna drop 2 Reavers. Let's see if he gets some good shots off. Not the best. Gonna have to pick up and back away. 37 overall SCVs here for JYJ as he sets up the 4th base once again. Just building huge amounts of Templar and Zealot at the moment. The Dragoon part of the army has already been filled out. So just adding on those extra units like Zealots and Templar. And he'll be ready for an attack very, very soon. I think 1 more round of units. And we should see a massive assault here coming from Dewalt. Dewalt kind of sharking around the outside of this defensive position. Seeing if he can find any way in here. But so far, not able to get anything. Just dropping the Reavers in the middle. Possibly hoping to catch some vultures moving through. Coming down here to harass. I actually like the Reavers on the defensive side. If you just drop a Reaver here maybe, along with these cannons, vultures just cannot approach that. Or even on top of this ramp right there. Yeah, send the Dragoon, or send the Reavers back home. And put them right here while you're taking the Nexus. And then you don't need to have cannons up. And if vultures come, you could probably pick off the majority of them while they're trying to kill that 1 probe that's building the Nexus. It's like clearing out as much as he can. Yeah, see here, he's going to be able to stop some of the vultures from going through. But I like these better on defense. Look, this is probably going to end up going down now. Kill off that probe, and there we go. He will end up losing this cannon. Whereas he should have the Nexus on the way already. If these Reavers were here, this would not be a problem. The vultures would have had to turn around, or they would have just been shot down immediately. But the Reavers are out here at the front. We'll see what they can do in terms of slowing down this army. Excuse me, guys. That was very rude of me. Here comes another big attack here. This seems to be a part of the MO of Dewalt. 3 shuttles. 2 with full of vultures, or 2 full of zealots, 1 full of Templar. Here we go, dropping Templar on top of all these SCVs. Big storms landing on a lot of this. Good D-Matrix there. Another great D-Matrix to keep these tanks alive, but big storms here at the back line of the tanks. And most of the tanks here at the actual 4th base have gone down, while the 3rd base is just about to mine out. So if he drops back here with all of his Dragoons, if he just falls away from the tanks here, and comes down and focuses this CC, well, we've already lifted our main CC. So once this CC goes down, I don't see where you can turn at this point here for JYJ. Like you've got to, I guess, lift up your natural CC and come down here. He's only got 23 SCVs left. I think this might be it. We should be seeing GG here, and there it is. JYJ taps out, and Dewalt takes that game. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little mini series here, this little dive into some of Dewalt's play. I'm going to be showing off some of the other BSL players and their games as well, coming up very soon here. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you want to see how I'm faring here in Thailand, if you want to see, full videos documenting my trip and my experiences at BSL, you can support on Patreon with the link in the description. And I upload tons of videos about all my travels there. So if you guys are interested, check it out. If you want to support Broodwar as well, check it out. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in BSL. Hopefully you'll stop by the stream and check it out. Support, say what up in the chat. I'll be sure to post the links on my YouTube channel and the Discord as well. So for now, see you guys in the next video.